Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawg, and we back to it. You know how we do it. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird on the David Letterman show. I've actually got a lot of requests for this video. A lot of y'all were saying, like, you know, as soon as you get done with their documentary, go straight to this. So we here. Shout out to everybody that watched my last series, my last 5-part series of Courtship of Basketball, Rivals of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. One of my favorite documentaries ever, man. So it was only right that I got this request to do this, and we getting into it. But before we get into it, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We are on the way to 20K subscribers. Go ahead and like this video if you like this video, and go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know what other videos y'all want me to react to. As y'all see, I listen, I comment, I'm with y'all, man. Like, I'm with y'all in the comments, you know, responding to everybody, having fun. So, like I said, I saw people talking about this, so we here. So let me know what other videos y'all want me to react to. And it don't gotta be just Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. As y'all can see, though, I feel like I'm starting to kind of figure out exactly how I want to start doing my YouTube videos. And it's a lot of the, you know, flashbacks, a lot of the throwback videos. That's what I really enjoy. Kind of just seeing the past basketball, you know, stuff that used to go on back in the day, whether it's the 60s all the way into, shoot, the 2000s. Like, you know, I just want to kind of make this a place where we can go back and look at, you know, the NBA that was here before where we at right now. I think that's, you know, super cool. So go ahead and drop it in the comments what other videos y'all want me to react to, man. But for now, we got this one. We got Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, David Letterman. Let's get it.
Hey, legends, their rivalry forever changed the game of basketball. Their relationship is the focus of the new Broadway play entitled Magic Bird, which opened earlier tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Larry Bird and Urban Magic Johnson.
Bird gang, Bird gang. Where y'all at, man? Who was taller out of those two? I never really saw him ever match up right there. It looked like Larry Bird might have had him by about an inch or so, but let me know who y'all think was a little bit taller. Legends. That's so funny. Like, look at their face, y'all. Like, I feel like that's a like literally a summary of their life, of their careers. Look at Magic and then look at Bird. That's so funny. Magic is all smiley, you know, happy-go-lucky, and Bird like, gotta be here, man. You know, I'm here because I'm here because I don't get fined. I'm here so I don't get fined. Like, I feel like that's what Larry Bird looking like right now. You gotta love him, though.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Look at Magic pointing. Bird like, yo, get this over with.
I saw the documentary the two of you did, and I guess it was produced by HBO. I'm right about that. I found it compelling. I found it moving. I found that there's so much humanity in the production, and it stayed with me for quite some time. Now, you guys lived those lives. When you saw the documentary, did you have the same feelings, or was it just, oh yeah, that's us, that's what we did?
Yeah, they did a great job of capturing our feelings and how we feel about one another, but it's really all about the competition. I mean, even today, if we could do something to compete against one another, I'd still like to do that.
Yeah.
He said he's trying to bring out the ball right now. We're the real Magic, Letterman.
Magic, you feel the same way?
Oh, I feel exactly the same way. I wish we could compete against each other right now.
Well, you know what you could do is you could go out and buy a baseball team now.
There you go. I thought about buying the Cardinals, but after finding out, I found out Urban paid over $2 billion for the Dodgers. I know the Cardinals are worth at least $500 billion. That's a little bit much.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. When you guys knew each other earlier, you know, everybody knows about the NCAA Championship game, 1979. Do I have that date right? But you guys actually played as in some sort of, was it an amateur summer tournament or like that? Where was that? When was that?
Well, it was in Kentucky, and that's the first time probably in both our lives that we actually sat on the bench. And I don't think neither one of us liked that at all. But because we were on the bench, David, and we got a chance to play against the starters every day and at nighttime at practice. And Larry and I were so upset we took it out on the starters.
Who was the starters, y'all? First of all, why? Two questions. Why were they on the bench? Was it were they the younger group, or was it older? Was the starters older people or something? Like, why were these two on the bench? I have to know that. Let me know in the comments.
Beat them every single day, right? But Larry was a special cat because it proved to me this man could really play basketball. I'd heard about him, but I never saw him play live and in person, and he was incredible. I mean, he dominated, and that's what it's all about. So I went back home telling everybody, oh, this Larry Bird guy is for real.
Right. But you guys were kids then. I mean, you're a little older than Magic, but you were what, 17, 18, 19 in that range right in there when that happened?
I think I was 19.
Yeah.
19 or 20, and you probably 18 or 19.
Yeah. And you were, from the beginning, and correct me if I get any of this wrong, because it's your life, and, well, you guys ought to know. Magic, were you inclined early on to become friends with this guy because you were drawn to him because of his basketball abilities? Did you want to be friends with him from the beginning?
From the beginning, I wanted to be friends, but Larry didn't want none of that. And so... And so I said, okay, if that's how it's going to be, then we have to be like that. So I started disliking him too. But, he told me that, I smiled all the time, and he knew that I would smile at you, but I want to cut your heart out at the same time. So he knew that was part of my strategy, is to lure him in as my friend.
So he didn't want to demonstrate any weakness by becoming your friend. Now, did you feel what his advances to being a friend, and you just rejected them? You were not interested. You didn't like him. I mean, what was your side of that?
It's not like one of my old girlfriends, I mean,
that's how it sounded.
Advances, I get a little scared. My thing was when you compete, you're really not friends. You want to keep an edge. And I was like that through high school and through college. But Irvin is an outgoing guy. He loves everybody. He wants to high five. And, he got that big smile. My goal was to try to take 3 of them teeth home with me.
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Bird said he's not falling for that. He said, I am not falling for this whole, you trying to be cool with me and soften me up, and then as soon as we play, then you attack me and kill me. Bird wasn't going for that. I get it. I kind of get both sides. I get what Magic was doing. I get what Magic was trying to do. I get both sides. Magic was trying to be, this person that I'm gonna be cool with everybody, and and then attack. Where Bird, bro, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not going for it. You got to respect both sides.
It's interesting because Indiana, Michigan, same generation
Ohio.
of basketball, similar players, identical players, similar ideology about playing. Anything to do with the Midwest or the times that you guys came from?
I think it's the Midwest, and I
sir.
think when you think about Indiana high school basketball, I mean,
it's huge.
Everybody says it's the best. You think about Michigan, we're right there with Indiana. And I saw how we were taught to play the game, both Larry and I, and then the way we wanted to play the game as individuals. And so we're mirrors of each other. I may smile a little bit more, but the way we played the game of basketball was exactly the same, because we would do anything to win. We didn't care about scoring points. We cared about winning the game and making our teammates better. Yeah. And that's why I think that, thank you.
Would y'all agree with that though, y'all? Especially because I know I have I don't want to call y'all old, because y'all ain't old. Y'all just mature. But for the ones that watch my videos that was watching the game during these times, is that something that y'all noticed, that these two were alike, that they played alike? Because me watching it, I was born in 1992, so I've only watched highlights and I've only watched things that I've seen on YouTube and all these things, and I never ever was just like, yeah, Larry Bird and Magic, they play like each other. But I feel like the more interviews I watch and the more I see them talking about each other and stuff like that, like they talk a lot about how they kind of played the same. And I kind of see it, as far as the passing and, just kind of running a team. But I honestly don't think they played nothing alike. Like, I think Magic was a way more flashier player that didn't really, I ain't gonna say he couldn't shoot, but he didn't really shoot. And where Larry Bird was a shooter. Like, that's what he did. He wanted to score. Like, don't get me wrong, he had the nice, tip passes and all those things, but I don't really think they played alike. But let me know what y'all think, especially the people that used to watch them back in the day. Is that something that y'all always used to kind of think about? Let me know.
We were able to change not only basketball, but we were able to change the NBA too. And so that was great.
I want to talk about that in a little bit. But so now you guys meet the first time in this summer league tournament, whatever it was. The next time is for the NCAA Championship. Is that right? What did that? And it was like a 10-point loss. Am I right, Larry?
Well, it was 10 point. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
It felt more like a 20-point loss. But when you're out there playing and you get started in these games, sometimes you go, uh-oh, these guys are pretty good.
Right.
And I had that feeling at halftime that these guys were too much for us.
Now at the beginning of the game, did you meet Irvin there?
Why?
Do you remember trying to talk to Larry before the game?
Nope.
Yeah. You had learned your lesson.
I learned my lesson, and at that time, he was going after something I wanted bad, and I was going after something he wanted bad. So we didn't want to talk. We wanted to get it on and see who was the best.
And in terms of basketball, in terms of your career, in terms of your life and championships, what did losing that championship mean to you, and how did it affect you?
That's the toughest one I've ever taken because you had all your friends. You're at a college. It's really when you step away from home. I felt in Indiana State, they accepted me, brought me in. It was tough, and it's still tough, but
still tough today.
Yes.
Yeah.
But,
and how about you, Magic? What did winning that title mean for you?
Well, you just heard him. It's still tough for him.
That's cool. Then you go to Los Angeles, you go to Boston, relatively in the same time frame, and your careers in the NBA take off, and the rivalry is cemented or begun anew. And then there's somebody says we're going to sell shoes. We got a Larry Bird shoe and we got a Magic Johnson shoe. Let's get these guys together and we'll shoot a thing. And you did want to do it, didn't want to do it.
Well, I wanted to do it because we won the championship that year and we beat Magic. So
yeah.
I was up for
feeling pretty good. All right.
Good.
Yep. And then Magic, how did you?
I did not want to go to Indiana. Mm-hmm. They won the championship. I'm going to his home too, and I protested. I didn't want to go.
He said, I protested.
But the story is that you were reluctant to do it, and you said, "Okay, if you can get Magic."
It's called negotiating, Dave.
Yeah. Well, you prevailed because you said, if you can get him here, we'll do it in my backyard on literally your home court, and that's what happened. Now, and he shows up. What was you when you saw him? Were you leery? Were you worried about he's coming into my house, into my yard?
Well, I had my brothers there, and I was going to fight him. And if I couldn't whip him, surely one of them could.
Yeah.
No, I felt, my mom was pretty good about it. She was all excited, and my brothers were excited. They love Magic. Mm-hmm. The town was excited about having him come in our hometown, and come from a small town, it's pretty big news.
French Lick,
and
what's funny about French Lick?
They must be from the town over. He came in and we shot this commercial, had my mom fix lunch, and it was neat. It was pretty neat.
But that, according to the documentary, that was the beginning of a friendship. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate. We really didn't say too much once I arrived. We actually had never really interacted with each other. So we got to the basketball court. We shot the first half of the commercial. Then it was lunch break. And so I'm going to my trailer thinking I'm going to eat alone and he's going to go. He said, no, Urban, come on up. My mom fixed lunch at the house. So I was like, uh-oh. But I said, okay, cool. So we rode up, and Larry has this beautiful, his house is beautiful, great acres and everything. I mean, green grass, it was unbelievable. So we go up to the house, and his mom just greeted me at the door with a big hug, and that sort of just calmed me down. I said, wow, I'm getting a mom bird hug like my mother would hug me, you know? Yeah. And so then she told me I was like her favorite player, and I said, okay.
It's worse and worse.
Hey, I didn't realize that this video was gonna be comedy. Like, I don't think I've laughed this much for a Larry Bird and Magic video ever. Like, this is actually hilarious.
So now I'm really sitting in the seat now. I'm waiting for lunch now because I feel good. But at the end of the day, what happened was we found out we were much alike. Midwest boys, grew up poor,
Midwest
hardworking
kids,
families, had the same values, and I got to know Larry the man, and he got to know Irvin the man.
Now, did things change for you that day as well?
Yeah, I've always respected my opponents and him greatly because of the fact that he was so good. Everybody said there's a hate element to it, and there never was a hate. It's just that I had so much respect.
It's competition at its finest point, isn't it?
Yeah, and you never let your guard down. And he was so good. And I was trying to, I used to have this thing in my head in the summer. I go shoot 700 jump shots that day, and I get ready to leave. I go, God, I know he's shooting 800. And it dropped me back out there. So
that's so deep, y'all. Like, that don't give y'all goosebumps? That has to it gives me goosebumps just thinking about, like I said this in one of my other videos, like, and he said it perfectly. Like, he never hated. Like, he didn't look at Magic and be like, Magic won the national championship against me. Then he go into his rookie year and win the NBA finals. Like, he not even that good for real. Like, he got lucky. He went to his team at Michigan State was too, like, it wasn't none of that. It was motivation, inspiration. Like, the person that he was going against, that was his rival, was motivating him and was inspiring him. Like, that's how you have to be in not only basketball but in life. Like, when you see somebody with success, somebody that's doing not even gonna say better than you, but just doing things that you want to do, use that as motivation. Use it as inspiration, man. Don't hate on it. Don't woe is me. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Just look at what they doing and you, like I said, use it as motivation. I don't really got nothing else to say, but that's how I feel about this, man. So that's my teaching point for today. No hate, motivate.
It was mind games too, but I always respected him and his teammates, and we had great teams, and it's just unfortunate that we got cheated in a lot of them games in the playoffs.
Cheated.
I cheated. Turn it up a little bit, y'all.
I think talking about that episode where you guys did the commercial and you had lunch and so forth. I think I remember from the documentary that said that you really liked Irvin. You were less fond of Magic. Is that a correct? And what does that mean?
Well, Irvin the man's one thing, but Irvin the basketball player, I had a little problem with him. It ended, of course, 20 years ago, but there for God, what? Well, I can't really say what I think, but
now when you hear that about you, that he liked Irvin, didn't like Magic, how do you interpret that? How do you feel about that? You know what he's talking about.
It made me feel good. David, hey, I was a thorn in his side.
Right.
I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be go out there to kick his butt. That's what my job was, and his job was to kick mine. And so I didn't want Larry to like me. He didn't have to like me, but we both respected each other. I knew Larry could beat me if I made mistakes. If we didn't play our best game, Larry made me have sleepless nights. Right? No, he did. He had me because I was scared to death that I knew he could beat me.
Right.
And so that's what a great player does to you, that you have to go up against. And not only was he great, the Celtics were great. So, and I was the same way, hopefully, in his mind when he went to sleep, thinking about me. Because I was thinking about him when I went to sleep, that was for sure.
It's, let's forget everything else. Forget the statistics, forget the friendship, how it evolved, the teams. do you now, in your heart, believe you're the better player?
Hey, that's a loaded question. I like the question, Letterman.
Actually, I've always said that I go by success, and he's won more championships, so I'll give him the nod.
Being very gentlemanly. Magic, same question to you. Is Larry the better player?
I've always said that Larry was the better player.
Really?
Because he could do more, shoot from the outside, all those type of things.
Before Magic get into this, I'm glad Letterman asked that question, because now I want to ask y'all the question. Who do y'all think was the better player? They both just said the other person was the better player. Magic said Larry was the better player. Larry said Magic's the better player. So I want y'all to talk. I know the Bird gang is gonna say Larry Bird, but tell me why. Tell me why Larry Bird is the better player, y'all. Don't just say because I'm Bird gang, that's why Larry Bird is better. No, explain to me why you think that Larry Bird is better. They just explained to us why they thought the other person was better. Well, Larry Bird did. Magic about to explain it, but let me know in the comments who y'all think is the better player and why. Let me know.
Us, really, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because what matters to me is that I played against the best. I got to know the man, Larry Bird, and that we got this friendship right now. Right. That's all that matters, because the fans are going to say, hey, Larry Bird was my man. Just like I run into a lot of Celtic fans.
Yeah.
I used to hate you.
I get that all the time.
Right? And so, but they say, I hated the Lakers, but why do we love Magic?
Yeah.
And so, but what matters is that we're friends now. We can do so many things together. I still will hate him now. If we play checkers or basketball right now, then both of us are changed into those players that we used to be, because we still want to beat each other.
You think you were the better player, seriously, don't you?
He was the better forward, and I was the better guard.
Oh, there you go. That's a perfect way of handling it.
I like that. But all right, y'all. Posture check. You right there that's watching. Let's fix that back, man. Let's get that back straight. We're not gonna hunch over. We're gonna keep our backs right. I don't need nobody that's watching my videos to be humped over, man. In today's world, we always on our phones, our laptops, iPads, whatever. So we gotta make sure that our postures is right while we watching this stuff. So let's fix those backs. Let's get back to the video.
Tell us, there's this documentary is, I think, the best sports documentary I've ever seen. And it's not because of anything other than you two gentlemen and who you are, the kind of men you guys are. And one of the points that is very, well, when you have your press conference and announce that you have HIV, the infection, your reaction. Tell us about your feelings.
Well, my feeling was the first time, I told Lon, my agent, I said, we got to call Larry. And I said, I want to tell him myself. Mm-hmm. And so I want to talk to him. Well, actually, we couldn't get a hold of him. Then Lon told him, and then Larry wanted to talk to me. Right. And so we were able to talk. And the best feeling, David, is when a friend supports you. And this young man came and supported me. That's what it's all about. Forget the sports, forget the championships, right. The MVP. He came to my side and supported me, and I'll never forget that. And that's the type of man Larry Bird is.
It's not.
That's real, man. That's real.
Gladly, it's not the way it was in those days. In those days, if you heard anything having to do with this, it seemed like an immediate death sentence.
Exactly.
And gladly, like I say, medical treatment has progressed where it's not that at all. But that must have been what you were thinking.
Yeah, we always heard 9 years.
Right.
But I remember the day we had a game that night. I always took a nap in the afternoon. My wife woke me up and said, hey, Lon Rosen called. You need to call Magic. So when I heard that, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I can remember back, my father died, and my heart just sort of, he fluttered a little bit. When I heard about Magic, it's just like I had no energy. I didn't want to. It's the first time I can ever remember not wanting to play basketball. and it had a pit in my stomach for days after. Even after I talked to him, because in my mind, 9 or 10 years, he's going to be gone. And, we had the Olympics, down the road. We had things we wanted to accomplish, but it's, and man, here he is.
Yeah, happily things didn't work out the way we feared. Now, I mentioned we talk about it in the introduction. Changed the NBA, changed professional basketball. Give us a couple of ideas how the game has changed because of you guys' career.
Well, I think that, the games were tape delayed when Larry and I came into championships. Mm-hmm. And I remember when we beat the 76ers when I was a rookie, the games came on at 11:30 at night. And so to put now the championships in prime time, the salaries that people make, I mean, we affected a lot of the change that is happening. And then Michael Jordan came in right after us and took it to another level as well. And
do you guys see kids playing in the league now? You say, oh, geez, this is the way I would have approached it? Or is that the game has changed so much that your style of play doesn't exist or it can't exist?
Oh, it can exist. There's not many 6'9" point guards out there.
Yeah.
But I think what I see is there's a lot of kids come out of the league and take it for granted, but there's also a lot of kids come out of the league that want to get better every day, and they do the work necessary to do better and better, and they care about their communities, and they care about their team. I see a lot of that. Mm-hmm. When I first came to the league, I didn't see hardly any of that.
Right.
I think what me and Irvin did when we came in, people started watching basketball again. And our David Stern, which was our commissioner at the time, first year, came in and just took us to another level. Then you got to remember Jordan, Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, John Stockton, all of us sort of came in. They came in a couple years after us. The league got good right away. So we were just happy. We didn't know any of that was going on. We just wanted to play and compete. But in '84, it changed.
Yeah. But also we made passing fashionable again in the NBA.
Well, I think from a fan's standpoint, from a guy from Indiana who grew up loving and watching high school, college basketball and trying to play and so forth, the great legacy that the two of you leave is a demonstration of how to be a guy, just how to be guys, and that's invaluable. It's I know what you're thinking at home. You're thinking to yourself, geez, just like Dave and Leno. Well, I wish you could come back tomorrow and the next night and the next night, but I know you guys got to get to the theater to rehearse your big number. It's Magic Bird at the Longacre Theater. God, what a pleasure to meet you and to see you again, Magic. Thank you. Good luck with your Dodgers.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back with Jim Gaffigan, everybody.
Great video, man. I appreciate y'all watching that with me. Really, really, really great video, man. But like I said, man, all good things must come to an end. Let me know in the comments what else y'all want me to react to. I live for these videos, to talk with y'all, to just go through these legendary moments, man. It's so fun, and I appreciate y'all being on my YouTube journey with me. So make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all like this video if y'all like this video, and go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about this this video, and then let me know what other videos y'all want me to react to. But I appreciate y'all like always. We out.